Venezuela.
Alright, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Next double honors to our apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone at Rulewell. Alright, salutation to the hopeful elect in the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth in sincerity and in meekness. Alright, this is the brother Iwab coming to you with another edifying lesson. Alright, and this lesson is based on this breaking news. Alright, because yesterday, alright, they had a devastating earthquake that rocked Venezuela. Alright, and even passed through a few other countries. Alright, especially countries like Japan, certain parts in America. Alright, and it even touched Guyana. Alright, we felt a little tremor. Alright, but as I'm gonna name this video, alright, this is just a small thing. Greater is to come. Alright, this is just a small thing. Alright, greater is to come. Alright, and before I go on, I want to say fair use, fair use, fair use. Alright, this video that I'm about to play, alright, is not used for any monetary purpose, but for edification only. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to play the video, and then I'm going to stitch a few precepts, alright, to edify the body. Alright.
This morning, concern about aftershocks after two powerful earthquakes rocked Venezuela, hitting less than a minute apart. The first, a 7.2 magnitude quake.
An earthquake just shook the entire building.
Then, 39 seconds later, and just miles away, a 7.5 quake. People fleeing into the streets of Caracas, buildings swaying, smoke plumes rising from the city. Crowds gathering around collapsed buildings, told to keep silent as first responders yelled out to people buried in the rubble. Victims pulled from beneath buildings. Officials warning the casualties could be high. This video shows part of the Caracas airport collapsing in a cloud of dust. People still inside. The quakes are the largest to hit Venezuela in more than a century. The last 24 hours have seen smaller earthquakes from Japan to the U.S. This 5.6 magnitude quake hitting Northern California. Wine bottles and groceries flying off shelves at this store in Upper Lake.
I was shaking from head to toe. My hands were shaking. I was watching wine bottles drop and just break and the wine go everywhere. It felt like it lasted for 20 minutes.
The quake lasted 30 seconds and was felt as far as San Jose, 180 miles to the south. And across the Pacific, a 6.9 magnitude quake struck off the coast of Japan. No major damage was reported there. Experts say there's no indication the seismic events are related. As for Venezuela, the State Department says the U.S. will send search and rescue teams, saying the U.S. stands with the Venezuelan people. Officials have confirmed 32 deaths and 700 injuries. Those numbers are...
Alright, 32 deaths and 700 injuries. Alright, and even she said, those numbers will be will expected to continue rising. Alright, and it hit Venezuela, parts of America, alright, and even Japan, but Japan wasn't, really, Japan wasn't really damaged, but Venezuela was, had a few, had the worst, alright, I would say, right? Venezuela had the worst. They faced the worst because in the certain parts in America, they just felt a tremor, whereas wine bottles just fall off the shelves. But in Venezuela, all right, it was hilarious. All right, and this is just a small thing. All right, this is just a small thing. All right, and we know that when we see these signs, all right, because these are part of the signs for people to know that, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is beginning to visit this earth. All right, the wickedness of the people, you know, has touched the heavens. All right, so hey, the Lord is beginning to put judgment upon these people and upon this place. All right, and we know this. All right, for a fact. All right, because Salakia, even in Guyana, all right, we felt a strong tremor, a fine tremor. All right, and it had trees that fell down. People reported that the roof was lift off of the building. All right, and you know what to say. We felt the squall, also a heavy breeze. All right, and we know that, you know, something was, you know, going on. All right, but in the news, all right, Venezuela is one of Guyana's neighboring country. All right, Venezuela is one of Guyana's neighboring country, and even this part that I'm living, all right, is very close to Venezuela. All right, you can walk approximately about 3.5 hours, all right, to 5 hours, and you're in Venezuela shore. All right, so we felt a little thing here, but you know, basically, you know, it's nothing serious here, but you know, it's just a small thing, as I said. All right, greater than this is coming. All right, so let me get some precepts. All right, let me start with Luke chapter 21 and verse 11. All right, Luke 21 and verse 11, and it reads, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs, and shall there be from heaven." All right. So this so we felt, all right, is well, earthquake. All right. At least it was great in Venezuela. All right. But other countries just had a few, you know, tremors, I would say. All right, but Venezuela faced it great because, you know, it damaged the airport. It damaged a few buildings in Caracas. All right, even along the rural areas. All right, it damaged a few buildings. All right, and it deleted a few people and injured many. All right, but you know, these news don't give you the real count. All right, because they don't want the people to panic. All right, so even if it had, you know, even more than 32 casualties that was deleted, and more than the 700 who is injured, all right, that's just a rough total that they would give out. All right, because they even mentioned that is expected to have more find more deleted bodies. All right, so you know, we have to look into it. All right, so hey, we know that greater earthquakes than that is gonna hit this place. All right, but with all that said, we know that that's the time that, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, is going to begin to visit this place, all right? These are parts of the signs, all right? It said it in the book of 2nd Ezra 9, all right? 2nd Ezra 9, and I'm going to start from 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, all right? So keep in mind, these are signs, all right? And these are part of the signs. I must say, these are part of the signs, all right? It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right? So we know that, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is beginning to visit this place. All right? So these are part of the signs. All right? And this is just a small thing. All right? Verse 3. It says, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? And keep in mind, these things are written in the scriptures. All right? That these earthquakes is gonna what? Is gonna hit. All right? And it is written in the scriptures about these signs. All right? And these scriptures, they was written from ever since. All right? From times of old. All right? By whom? By men that was inspired by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? Not like what these people like say that this book was written by a man, and that is for another lesson. All right? Just the other day I ran into a fella that was speaking folly. All right? But hey, Lord's will, I'm going to do another lesson on that. All right? Because it sick me to see how our people, the state of mind that they're in. All right? And they're thinking, that they have the gray hair, they have more knowledge. All right? Because he was watching that I'm younger than him. And I listen to him. All right? But hey, really and truly, knowledge don't be with the gray-headed. All right? Especially these 2/3. All right? They ain't got no knowledge they can teach me. All right? If you're not coming from this book, all right, there ain't no knowledge you could teach me. So hey, as I said, it's for another lesson. All right? It's lucky for straying off the topic, but it really this get to you to see how foolish these people is. All right? Yeah, so it says, let me read back 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 3. It says, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right? And in a few countries there's uproars of the people. All right? And like as we saw in the video, there was an earthquake that hit Venezuela, parts of America, Japan. All right? So we know that these are part of the signs, that hey, the Most High is beginning to visit this place. All right? So that is why we're supposed to what? Stay within the scriptures. Stay listening to the news. All right? These the playtime, playtime done. All right? according to the movie Shutters. All right, playtime done. All right. So hey, we have to watch. We have to watch and pray. All right, we have to watch and constantly keep praying. All right, because at any time, anything could hit any country. And the best part of it. All right, these people was not ready for the outcome of the earthquake. They wasn't ready, for an earthquake. All right, because you see the people in the state of panic. All right, they run in helter skelter. All right, and this show you that these people are at ease. All right, they're not watching. They're not staying measuring the times, I would say. All right, this is the time when you're supposed to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, scripture says seek the Lord while he can be found. All right, because when the time comes when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is gonna visit this place, he's gonna come and what? Delete a lot of YouTube thoughts. All right, and even these heathens. All right. So hope this lesson was edifying. All right, it's just a little lesson. All right, hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, say shalom. All right, a bad babal to this wicked place.